I have a 25-year-old son who, since he turned 18, has made it a habit to bring women into our house as if it were a hotel. At first, my husband and I allowed it because we thought it was part of growing up, learning to live with others and making mistakes. We never imagined it would become a repeating pattern. The first girl arrived when he was 18. They lived with us for a year and a half. She had no children and she has no job. My son didn't study nor work. He would wake up late and spend the entire day on his phone. I was the one making breakfast, lunch, and dinner, doing the laundry, sweeping, and cleaning while she lay in bed watching series. Several times I told my son to ask her to come and help me. He would only reply, "Leave her alone, mom. She's going through a tough time." That tough time lasted for a year and a half. When that relationship finally ended, I was very, very happy. I breathed a sign of relief, thinking he would learn his lessons. But when he was 21, the second one arrived. This time with a little girl. It was the same story. No work, no studying, no cooking, no cleaning. I ended up taking care of the child, warming her bottles, bathing her while her mother slept in late. One day, I told my husband I didn't give birth to this woman and it is not my responsibility to support her. He would just say, "This is our son's house too. We can't kick them out." The third one arrived recently, and that was the final straw. She came with a girl as well. As soon as they moved in, they took over the couch, the television, and the fridge. I would come home tired from work and still have to clean up after them, pick up their dirty dishes, and cook for everyone. I felt like I had three extra mouths to feed with no one helping. One day I reached my limits. I was in the kitchen and I told my son, "Look, I can't take this anymore. If you want to have a wife, go get your own place, buy your own things, and move out. This isn't a daycare or a hotel. I'm not going to keep supporting laziness." He stood up angrily and said, "You can't throw me out of my house." I replied, "This is my house and your father's. And here we respect rules. You contribute nothing, and on top of that, you bring problems." Another major issue is that my son doesn't contribute any money at all, not grocery bills or anything. All his money goes towards drinks, clothes, outing, and junk food. He helps with nothing. Why I am the one buying the grocery, cooking, and cleaning. And I still had to put up with the rude attitude of women who live here for free. At first, my husband didn't want to get involved. He said he had built the house for the kids and didn't want any problem. But when he saw that I was at my breaking point, that we were arguing every day, the atmosphere in the house had become unbearable, he finally understood that this was no longer normal. My son eventually packed his things and left with the girl to stay with a friend. I got a lump in my throat because he's still my son. But I also felt an overwhelming sense of peace. For the first time in years, I can sit in my quiet living room, cook without disturbance, and sleep without hearing fights. Now, many people tell me I was too harsh, that I shouldn't have thrown my own child out. I just know that for the first time in years, I finally have my home and my peace back.